What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Flames back at it again with another video. Today, I'll be reading out of Numbers chapter 29. Without further ado, let's get right to it, man. Let's get right to it. Offerings for the Feast of Trumpets. Let me see how many chapters are left in here. 32, 33. Okay, we got a good amount. I was just making sure I didn't need to finish this book up today. Alright. On the first day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work. It is a day for you to blow the trumpets, and you shall offer a burnt offering for a pleasing aroma to the Lord. One bull from the herd, one ram, one male lamb a year, one male lamb, 7 male lambs a year old without blemish. Also their grain offering, a fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for the ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, with one male goat for a sin offering, to make atonement for you, besides the burnt offering of the new moon, and its grain offering, and the regular burnt offering, and its grain offering, and their drink offering, according to the rule for them, for a pleasing aroma, a food offering to the Lord. Offerings for the Day of Atonement. On the 10th day, of the 10th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation to afflict yourselves. You shall do no work, but you shall offer a burnt offering to the Lord, a pleasing aroma, one bull from the herd, one ram, 7 male lambs a year old. See that they are without blemish. And their grain offering shall be of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for the one ram, 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the regular burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings. Offerings for the Feast of Booths. On the 15th day of the 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work, and you shall keep a feast to the Lord 7 days. And you shall offer a burnt offering, a food offering with a pleasing aroma to the Lord, 13 bulls from the herd, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old, and they shall go without blemish. And their grain offering, a fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each of the 13 bulls, 2/10 for each of the 2 rams, and 1/10 for each of the 14 lambs. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering, grain offering, and its drink offering. On the second day 12 bulls from the herd, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, in the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings. On the third day 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the grain offering and the drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, and the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides a regular burnt offering and its grain offering and its drink offering. On the fourth day 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the grain offering and the drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, and the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. On the fifth day 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the grain offering and the drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, for the lambs, in the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering and its grain offering and its drink offering. On the sixth day 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the grain offering and drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, in the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering, its grain offerings, and its drink offerings. On the seventh day 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, with the grain offering and the drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, in the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. On the 8th day you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall not do any ordinary work, but you shall offer a burnt offering, a food offering with a pleasing aroma to the Lord. 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old without blemish, and the grain offering and the drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs, in the prescribed quantities. Also one male goat for a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering and its grain offering and its drink offering. These you shall offer to the Lord at your appointed feasts. in addition to your vow offerings and your free will offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your grain offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. So Moses told the people of Israel everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Okay, that will be it. For today's first video. I'm gonna be making another one later. It's gonna be a pretty short video. Um, but yeah, I really appreciate y'all for watching. As always, it's just very grateful for anybody who decides to watch any of these videos. No, I don't really give views anymore. Maybe I should make some shorts or something. I don't know, but I don't really care. This is for whoever's watching and for me to keep myself consistent. And me reading my Bible every day and being consistent has been changing my life for the better. Um, I've been getting very close to God, so I really appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much for your support. I love y'all. Peace.